is not what it says on the box, although again on the box this is one of those annoying appliances that isn't overly compatible with something like Home Assistant. It requires third-party paid-for services, which is a shame. More things should be compatible with open standards. No, inside of this box is a Sebo. It's a poorly Sebo, but it's my Sebo. I've been given this as part payment, but it's probably going to be most payment for some vacuums that I have refurbished for another collector. So let's have a look, see what we have, see what's wrong with it, and try and get it working. Yes, good evening, my vacuum cleaner and Sebo chums. How are you today? Yes, inside of here is a Sebo vacuum cleaner with an electric hose. Very familiar hoses because it's the same hose that I had on that C3 electric. Well, that end anyway, so that's very nice. We have a box of bags, lovely. We have a wand, lovely. Ooh, we have a Sebo Airbolt K3 Premium. Ooh, very nice. And an ETH Sebo Powerhead. I think I've had one of these before as well, and I did get rid of it because I wasn't really using it. And this one already doesn't quite seem together properly, but spoiler alert, that is probably the least of its worries. So we have a 2100 watt pre-EU Sebo. There is a way to date these from that X. If I get round to it, I shall have a look and see. And yeah, sadly, like most used Sebos, the exhaust air has stained the heck out of this band, and you can't really wash this band either. So I've had to see about cleaning it up, perhaps. But I think it's all there. We have a crevice tool, we have a little upholstery tool that sits there. Very nice indeed. I don't know really, this is all looking very clean and tidy. If we pop the door open, yet we have a brand new genuine Sebo bag fitted. We have a pretty much brand new filter fitted. Very nice indeed. Ooh, that was the right way round. There's just a little bit of dust in the bottom of there. There we go. So far, so good. I think we should, I'll check in here. Yeah, there's just a couple of bags in there. Very nice. I think it's time to put some power to the machine and see what works and what doesn't. First thing I'm going to do is to plug the hose in, because I would imagine this is just going to turn on otherwise without the hose connected. Oh. And then put out some of the cable. This has all been coiled up a long time. And then, I don't know actually, do I? Okay, so I'll turn that on. Yeah, this doesn't turn. I was wondering about that because obviously all of the speed control is on here. Oh. Seems a bit more powerful than my one. We'll have to check that in a bit. But yeah, that bit works really well. We have an electronic hose. Oh, it is a hose. Electronic wand. Very nice indeed. And then we have this power head. Oh. Doesn't seem to be gliding around particularly nicely. That's interesting. Yeah, we have this power head, which, from what I've been told, doesn't do anything. There is no power, nothing at all. So I think the first thing I want to do is check that it's not the machine. And to try and do that, because any other Sebo electric head that I have is in the loft. I'm going to try and put a multimeter onto there. I don't know which pin's which though. We don't have any power. Bear with, because there's only 2 wires, so yeah. I just realised that that is on possibly the wrong setting. I'm saying DC. Let's try AC, because probably is AC. Oh. Oh, there we go, look, bang, straight away. There you go, 240 volts. Marvellous. That was the one I was measuring in DC. It's not DC, is it? It's mains voltage. Be very careful. So this all works, which I sort of knew, because the person who gave it to me said that he had tried another head and it spun perfectly well. So our problem is here. I think we should work out which of the screws we need to take apart and get this head off. I think we can take the end caps off. Yes, we can. Well, that's interesting. Look, the brush roll just rides on this metal ball. Pretty cool. Yeah, let's take these off. Alright, and that one does. I think this one's got a proper... Oh no, come on. Stuck. That bodes well, doesn't it? It won't rotate. Let me use violence and get to the point where I can lift this cover off. Gosh, this is very confusing, but I think I've got it. 4 screws out the back and this pulls off. This is pretty much the entire suction duct. It connects the wand to the machine. Then I found it like this. Immediately, this might be a problem because I don't know if this is the switch that I presume stops and starts the brush roll. I don't know if it kills the power completely to that. I would almost have expected that light to be lit up, and I don't know where it goes because it needs to push against something. There's a little nubule there, but I don't know. We'll have to ask about that. The next thing I did was I snapped this back part, but that revealed a locking pin, and there's another one of those here, and I'm hoping that if I pull that out, this will release. And yeah, the 2 sides of the Sebo ETH head. However, this should be all we need for now. So if I take off that and that, yeah, there's also a bit of rope here, but that's connected to the... That's very strange. This is the height control knob, and there's a bit of rope coming from it, which almost looks like it should connect to some wheels, but doesn't. Don't know. Again, they're going to have to figure that out. 2006 though. So there is our date wheel. Right, so there is that part, and then here is this part, and this part seems completely disconnected from there. I'm spinning. Oh dear. I'm spinning the brush roller, and that is completely dead. It does spin itself though. So, are we missing a belt perhaps? Let's take this part. Annoyingly, I had one of these heads. I sold it to another collector. It's in America now, actually. A little while ago, after not using it for years. And then this comes along, and wouldn't those spare parts be handy? Never mind. You don't know what's going to happen until it happens. I don't want to hoard stuff for no reason. Yes, come on, you want to release? There's a little clip here. Pop this clip. Yeah, there is. Oh, now this is excellent. Yeah, there's no belt. There's no belt, and there's your transfer code. But still, none of this works, which is interesting. So there's a wire that plugs into the loom under there. I'm wondering if here, I plug this back in and we do just push this switch, or I'll like sellotape it down and then we'll push that switch and see if that does feed power. As you can see, Peanut, oh come on girls, Peanut and Butter have a little bird table. I am sellotaping this switch together off to the side, but I thought you might want to see the birds. Can be a bit of B-roll while I get this ready for our next scene. Right, this is going to be a bit jank, but I've sellotaped that switch down, so hopefully when I turn the machine on, it might spin the head. Ah, where's the switch? No. Nothing. Nothing at all. While we got the head open, we can turn that right down because it can just hum away in the background. Do we have any voltages? Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. There you go. Look, hello. Yeah. So I'm guessing one of these is neutral and one of these is live. Yeah, 235. So we've got to be careful. Yeah. There's nothing, is there? And no, it spins. Oh, that machine's just risen. So we've got power to there. Oh, actually. Oh, I'll put the sellotape over it now. Oh. You have nothing coming out of this switch though. There's nothing. Should there be something? Definitely getting voltage through there. How interesting, but I don't know how all this works. That neutral's going straight to that board. Not sure what's coming out. I think I need to take the motor out and just see what's there. I don't know if it's progress or not, so I've got everything out. The motor, to be honest, looks okay. I can't rule it out, but it looks fine. This circuit board looks disgusting. Nothing's blown, but it looks disgusting. However, what I have just noticed, if you look down there, as I turn the thing on, look, there's now a light. And I don't think we had a light before. So I would call that progress of some description. I'm not sure. What I want to do, just because it's there, is turn this little pot, if I can, just a little bit, just in case, I don't know, maybe it's hit a dirty spot. But, you know, I can't work out if it's got power just because it's got, you know, a direct through here, or this switch is broken and that's why it's getting power, but this isn't. Everything else, I don't know, it looks very suspect, very dirty. I might spend, look, I don't know if it's that bodge wire by those traces. And I have probed the meter on it, and I think this is a 240 volt motor, and it's not getting 240 volts in to the main power. So I think that is our smoking gun. I'm gonna see if I can tidy this PCB up a little bit, and if that doesn't work, have a think. Well, I think for now the head is a bit of a fail. I've got it back together whilst I seek advice, and I'm going to tickle the PCB. But yeah, even if it did run, there's no belts, so we wouldn't be able to do much anyway. So what I think we should do is take our Sebo K3 Premium, and I went and found the straight suction brush that I have. So yeah, what a downgrade we're giving this machine from that turbo head to this, and this turbo head isn't even the better one, I don't think. But we whack it in full. Oh yeah, yeah. Just like on my, this head isn't the spinniest, but oh yeah. Good enough, the motor is decent. Already blowing out quite warm air. But fine nonetheless. What we haven't quickly looked at is this filter either, thinking about it. Oh, ooh. Okay, that's seen all of the use. Give it a blowout. There's not much more airflow. No. So that's probably not too bad. If this machine ever advances that far, it can have a new one. But, time of filming this, I have my K1 pet as vacuum of the month. So, all of a sudden, I now have two Sebo K series vacuum cleaners, a K1 and a K3. Let's get this one plugged in and we can compare. Marvellous. So, a K3 Premium and a K1 pet. Well, I mean, if we take the hoses off, because they're very different. In fact, no, we won't take the hoses off, because this one's a bit tricky. Yeah, you'll see that the hose is quite different, but everything else is the same, really. The same branding on there. Look, we can swap those over, and nobody would know. You could swap these over, but then everybody would know. But, you know, is one any different to the other? Well, hopefully this will determine. I think this is running a bit warm. I'm not entirely sure if it's at the best of health. So we'll stick it in that. Oh, that's a solid 70. That's focus. Whatever. That was a 70. What does this pull with the same motor, same everything? Oh, I do forget this one works off the handle. Oh, I didn't see that Sebo badge either. That's very fancy. Oh, the same. Excellent. So both do pull the same, that's fine. I'll just show it. Is that the same? Okay, fair enough. No, they are about the same feeling between them, the same water lift between them. Yeah, no, this one has all four wheels. This one is even on its own cable. And, no, plugged into my desk. I just pulled everything off my desk. Yeah, okay, this one. Ooh. No, actually. Yeah, the wheels definitely aren't great on this one, but Don't quite know why. But, you know, on this one, they're okay. But hey, at least it runs. And now I've got 2 out. I can have one for each floor head. I did find my grey parquet head. I mean, you've known this already because you'll probably see this finished 12 vacuums in 12 months before this video goes out. But yeah, and it's been broken, which is good. It's missing its entire front row of bristles. What it means is it just pulls everything in. It's lovely to use, very mobile, and it parks backwards. Its parking slot is on the front. And what happens is, when you stick it in the slot, it's really flat against the machine. It's quite nice actually. I do like that. That is a decent touch from Sebo. I'm now wondering if this turbo head... Oh look, it does. Yeah. There you go. So I can have one Sebo for the hard floor and one Sebo for the carpet. How, wow, don't fall backwards. How fantastic is that? So yeah, we have a bit more work to do on our K3 Premium, but we're now happy to have a set. So that isn't bad, is it? Let me know what you think about the ETH head. I'm going to see if I can find some parts, or if it's just going to be easier to get a whole other head. And maybe another day we can do another video tidying this Sebo up. But until the next time, I'm going to continue using this K1 because it's my current vacuum of the month. And shall see you soon. Bye bye.